Okay, we are going to go ahead and get started. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining again. I'm going to make this as quick as possible. I know you're busy. Today, we are going to cover manipulating the documents that you have uploaded into the system for your file. We covered how to print a PDF. We covered how to get them in there and put them in the correct spot. And now, once they're in there, there's a really quite a few nice features that allow you to split things up, join them, mark them, highlight. You can add your signature electronically, which you may have seen the email this morning about. I did receive a lot of responses of signatures back to my email, so thank you. I'll get to those as soon as possible. What we'll do is go ahead and hop into the sample file here, and we go down to the eDocs section. We're assuming that we've already uploaded some documents in here and we want to modify one of the documents. It was uploaded in haste. Perhaps we meant to split it up into two parts, or we need to make note of a section for the underwriters, to give them kind of a heads up if we want to highlight something, things of that nature. So we're going to go to Documents. And we have, assuming that we put all the documents in here, they will appear. I've only got a couple in here. Your list will be a lot longer, I'm sure. We're going to look at the appraisal here. For example, I know it has multiple pages, so it'll be easy for me to split and join things of that nature. So we're going to go to Action and open the editor. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and maximize this. All right. Now, this may be familiar to you as far as the view. Kind of a toned-down version of this was already in the system, but what you'll see here is there's a lot more options for you. Now, I don't know that all of these will be turned on for everyone as far as adding notes and things. I think they will be, but we're still kind of figuring out what is best for our flow, for your flow, but I'll go ahead and cover most of them today. We've got 4 tabs here along the top. View the document info. You're able to add a description here if you'd like. On the Modify Page Layout tab, this is where a lot of the good stuff happens. As you can see, you're allowed to insert pages. Let's say that you uploaded 2 separate files, and you meant to put them together as one. I'll show you how that works. So you would simply click on the button, and it's going to say, okay, you want to insert another document that you uploaded separately in error. Let's just pretend that this borrower's asset, that I want to put that at the beginning of this document. So I select it, and then it asks me, okay, I can choose which pages of it I want to put in there, which is nice. There's only one page, so that is my only option. I can put it, select where I want it to go, before the first page, after the current page, throw it someplace in the middle, after the last page, or I can actually, if I wanted to replace a page that I knew was no good and this was going to take that spot, I could put that in here as well. I'll go ahead and put this before the first page so it shows up on the top. So I hit OK, and this page here now shows up as my first page. If I go to the second page, now we're back to the beginning of that original document. So that is how you would insert a page of a file that is also already in the system that you meant to join together from the get-go, but you forgot. Let's say I didn't mean to do that. I'm like, oh, I did the wrong thing. I can go to Delete Page. And my view here and this will indicate what page corresponds with current page. Or I can obviously here choose a specific page if I know the page number. I'm just going to go ahead and delete the current page. Hit OK. Now we're back to square one. Okay. The next function, let's say you uploaded a big file and you meant to split it into 2. Not a problem. Click on Split Doc. Let's say I want to put the first 10 pages by themselves. So I would start with page 1, and I would go to page 10. I can even select the doc type. I know that, let's say this is the appraisal. I know it doesn't make sense to split up the appraisal, but just for our purposes, let's find property, appraisal with photos, and I can even type a little thing here like, man, I love this appraisal. And I can split. Now, if I wanted to do several splits, for example, add another page range. Let's say I wanted 1 through 10 to be in one file and 11 through 15 to be in another, and then the remainder of the pages to be in a third. I can even type a note, splitting files rules, and I'm going to hit split. I didn't select the doc type. Cool. So it's keeping me honest here. I need to go down here and select the doc type. Okay. Split. Okay. So if I'm not mistaken, it will leave me with the remaining pages. So there were 22 initially. It takes the other 2 split files, puts them back into the system for me to work on later, and it leaves me with 1 through 7, or essentially 16 through 22 of my original file. Great. Now, some of you have trouble with rotating or scanning a file in the system upside down. Pretty common error, actually. This here, you can easily rotate the pages one at a time, either direction you'd like. Or if you notice, hey, I got them all right but one. I screwed up the third page. You can do I'm sorry, let's say several pages are wrong. Screwed up the third and the fourth. You can do a batch rotate. It'll actually allow you to choose just specific pages to rotate and how much you want to rotate them. Let's say they were upside down. So I'll hit OK. And over here on the right, you'll see these 2 guys flipped upside down for me. The rest of them remained how they were. Pretty cool function. Again, none of these changes, to my knowledge, will stick, except for maybe the splitting, unless you hit save. So we want to make sure we hit save when we're all done screwing around with our document. Let's assume that one of the conditions is that we need to sign whatever document we're working on. Or you just know, I need to sign this thing. We will all have an electronic signature in the system. Some of you already do. For those of you that don't, or if you're unhappy with the one that you have in there, you can use that form that I sent out this morning. I will put in your new updated signature for you. On this tab, you would simply grab the signature. Let's say I'm supposed to sign here on top of this picture. Grab it and pull it down. And then you can adjust it actually to fit whatever spot you need to put it. So I want it to show big here. If I had a certain amount of space that I needed to sneak this thing in, I could grab it here and shrink it down again. Obviously, you want to make it big enough to where it's visible. There is kind of ridiculous, but you can move it around, shrink it, blow it up, whatever you choose. Now, it's kind of hard to grab sometimes. There we go. In addition, I believe they give you a date option here. So if you'd like to add today's date, you can do that. And I'm hoping this thing gets larger as well, but it's very, very small. Yeah, there we go. This is fun, struggling with the mouse. Okay, good enough. So we added a signature. We rotated pages, we split the document, we joined it, all that good stuff. I believe there's one other thing that I wanted to show you, and that is highlighting. Let's say submit the file, you want something to pop for whoever's reviewing it when they look at the document, either the underwriting coordinator or the underwriter. We can highlight. again, this is an adjustable bar. So you just drag it on down, highlight whatever you think is important, make it big, make it small, whatever your heart desires. When we're all finished, we hit save. It'll ask you, do you want to permanently apply your signature to the document? Of course I do. Hit OK. All right, so what I'm going to do is close this window and go back to the document screen. Now, as you can see, sometimes you'll see a message here. It probably won't take 7 minutes, but what happens is when you do these changes, the system needs a little time to deal with them, to reformat whatever it is that it does. So often you'll see that you just have to be patient and let it do its thing. As you can see, it didn't really require 7 minutes, but that's the message that we got. So now I have 3 files where I once had 1. Because I split them up. I have the 10-pager, the 5-pager, and the 7-pager. Easy, huh? All right, so I'm going to go over here to the go-to webinar thing. If you guys have any questions, that's all I've got. I'm happy to answer anything that you might want to know. I will leave it open here for just a couple minutes if you'd like to type in the chat or the questions box, and I'll go over whatever question you might have. Okay, guys, that's a good sign. No questions. I know that you may run into something when you're working through the system once we roll it out. Again, Vapor is always here for you. If you run into a snag, let us know. We do have one more webinar tomorrow at 11. We'll go over following along in the file once your documents go to the underwriting team. How to know if everything you've turned in is good, how to tell if something has been rejected, if it's not the right form, all that good stuff. So tune in tomorrow, and if you think of something after this is over, feel free to shoot me an email. I will post up the video and send it out to the team, so you will have that for future reference. Thanks again for your time, guys. I know you're busy. Have a great day.